Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Ghost in the Workshop. My name is Anthony, and I am standing in a very large, empty, and echoey room. Now, this here is going to be the site for my workshop. It is still under construction, and it is not finished yet, but the construction workers have given me the go-ahead to start moving stuff in. So that's what we're going to be doing today, and hopefully by the end of this video, we're going to go from a very large, very echoey room to an almost usable workshop that is still probably going to be very echoey. Let's get started. So before we move any sort of tools in here, the first thing I'm going to have to move in is materials, because the Home Depot man showed up today and he brought me a whole bunch of goodies. Right here in my driveway I have over 100 12-foot 2x6s and 12 sheets of drywall that I'm going to have to move in by myself because I have no one to help me. So I'm going to do that. And then we're going to start moving furniture in on this very shoddy ramp I've crafted out of more 2x6s and some offcuts from a project that I'm building in my basement. It is very stable, as you can tell, and I'm sure nothing will go wrong at all. Now that all the wood is in, I have to carry a bunch of tools in, and the good part is that most of them are on wheels, so I get to roll them up my ramp here that you can't see because the exposure is cranked out. But I just have to roll them out of my garage, roll them down this, and then roll them in there. It'll be great. So let's get started. But I did not listen. It is very heavy. Okay, we're about to move the final piece of equipment in, and it's not really equipment, it's a toy. It's a big toy. It's a costume prop that I made in college, and it is sitting in my garage here. I'm going to pull it out, and I could get inside it and drive it in, but I'm not really sure how good that's gonna go, so we're just gonna pull him in on camera. I'm just gonna guide him in. This here is my Dalek. I made him out of plywood and trash in the span of like a week and a half for a college Halloween costume contest, and I won first place with him. And I'm gonna have to make a new version of him eventually, because not gonna lie, he kind of sucks, and I need to make a new one because he's falling apart. But we're just gonna guide him in. I have his remote control. He sits on a wheelchair, and this is how I drive him around.
Stronger. When the time is right, we will emerge and take our rightful place as the supreme power of the universe!
And we got him! And he didn't die. He's all in one piece. So we're gonna... I don't know where I'm gonna put him. I'm gonna put him in a corner somewhere. And he's gonna live in here until I eventually slaughter him for parts and I make a new one to replace him. It'll be great! I figure out where I'm gonna put him though. Oh, don't hit the camera. Well, unfortunately, we didn't reach our goal. The sun is going down, and I don't have any capacity of having lights in here yet. So we're just going to have to wait until tomorrow to do more. I want to do it all in one day, but sometimes you don't get it all done in one day, you know? It's just how I go. So, I'll see you tomorrow, I guess. I don't know. I'm winging this. Okay, it is now the next day, and a big issue of what screwed us over yesterday is the fact that we have no power out here, which means once it's dark, and we can't work anymore. So the electrician is supposed to come here. He's like several weeks out at this point, so what we are going to do is we're going to run some extension cords from my house to here. I'm just going to hang a couple lights, and it'll be good. It'll probably work. I don't know. I'm not a doctor. So let's get started on that. You stay here. Since this is temporary lighting and I don't really want to put holes in anything yet, we are using only the greatest of hanging technology, the bungee cord. And I'll just wrap it around here and hook it together. So then I can use these little S-hooks on the lights to hang in place. And it totally shouldn't come off, and if it does, well, we don't tell anyone about it. If I die, make sure one of you clears my search history, okay? Okay. Okay, we have a hanging light. Wow. And I didn't even die. Cool, I gotta string this wire along somewhere till we get it. Whoa! Till we get it. Or the power station goes to the exact opposite side of the building. I did not think this through at all. Okay, good news and bad news. The good news is the lights work. I just had the fuse protector turned off. But bad news is, it kind of sucks. So I might have to go get new bulbs for that, because I don't think that's a usable amount of light at all. I mean, I could try turning it on and off a bunch of times. I'll see where that gets us, but that is not going to illuminate anything at night. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. Now that we have electricity over here, we're able to play with a couple of new toys, and very, very dangerous toys. See, this here's my grandpa's old table saw. And table saws are the #1 injury-causing tool in like the entire construction world.
They're just the best. So take your fingers off, it's wonderful. This is my grandpa's old table saw, and it is right now very old and very orange. It has been sitting out in the elements for quite some time, covered of course, however that doesn't really stop the insides from rusting all that much, especially with moisture. So we have it plugged in, and I'm going to see if it turns on, because I'm not sure if it does turn on. I think I want to crank the blade down a little bit, just in case it shoots up like a Final Destination movie or something. It might just kind of like a Captain America shield or a Frisbee. So we have it in there, and we're going to turn it on and hope it doesn't blow up. Well, that is a good sign. It dimmed the lights though, but it worked for the most part. Maybe I'm gonna get a piece of scrap wood and see if the blade's shot. I'm probably gonna have to replace the blade anyway, but oh well, we'll see if it works even a little bit. Well, it cuts. It's very clearly not happy while it cuts, but it does cut, and that's all we really require of it. I'm going to have to unplug this because I want to touch this. And I have watched way too many Final Destination movies to be comfortable with that. This blade definitely needs a replacement. There's probably, the insides of this are probably rusty. I guarantee they are. Probably is not good for the motor whatsoever. I want to try and save this because this is my grandpa's table saw. It's like his personal old one. But we might not be able to. I am not sure yet. That's something for a future endeavor. But it cuts pretty decently. I don't have any tools to measure this, and I cut right next to a staple that I didn't see. But it works for the most part, so yeah. So I think I've basically gotten everything in here that I need to make this workshop semi-functional. We have lights, we have tools, and we have one table. Now the first thing I'm gonna have to make is some shop furniture, because the only thing I have in here is stuff my grandpa built. I respect my grandpa's ingenuity. He built stuff with what he did, with what he had, but if you look over here, this table is literally made out of flooring, so I think I need a little bit more than that. And besides, this is the only table here, and it's half full of tools already. I haven't even started a project. So I need to make a table for this planer, and I need to make a table for that jointer, and then I need to make a big old workbench on wheels that I can have in the center here. And I'm probably gonna do that tomorrow, because it's like 8 o'clock. I don't know. So I'm gonna go inside. I'm gonna put together some plans for some workbenches out of all my wood over there. And I'll see what I can make out of them in the future. I will see you sometime again soon.